The real pleasure for me in guiding hunts, especially with first-time hunters, is watching the realization unfold that the adventure they're on has a lot more to do with the journey itself rather than the animal that we're pursuing. And nothing really exemplifies that better than these spring bear hunts. Once you step on the runway and hop on that plane, there's just something magical that happens, and you see in everyone's eyes that, bear or not, this is an adventure that they'll remember for a lifetime. I was really fortunate this year to instruct some hunting courses with the very knowledgeable Cliff Gray under Jordan Jonas Adventures here in the Selway Wilderness of Idaho. Before Cliff arrived, just Diego and I here went out, and so this trip was a chance to capture some film and kind of present what we're doing and a small rundown of this really incredible experience that we're offering. After the plane drops us in our gear, we make a pretty permanent base camp and get comfortable. From there, we'll be hunting on foot. So your physical fitness level is really important for these kind of hunts. You've got to carry the necessary gear and a rifle, ammunition, and hopefully a bear on your way out. We covered quite a few miles, Diego and I, on this hunt, and tried to trim down some of the travel time, but also make it, pretty understandable how much ground we covered. Once we found a good area, we try to find a nice hillside where we can comfortably glass a lot of open, higher country. You kind of want to stay below the snow line, obviously, but bears like that fresh growth, and so we're looking for things like dandelions and flowers that can give them enough nutrition for their hungry springtime metabolism. And the key to really finding these bears is just being patient, gritting and picking apart all these side hills, and understanding that sometimes there's bears in the thick timber that you're just not going to be able to see. And once you can accept that and really take the time to pick apart what you can see and not get too greedy and just find one good spot, one canyon, one drainage, and just really, really pick it apart, you're going to see bears. You're going to see some bear activity. And if you don't see anything that day, then it's okay to move on. But don't get too hasty. After striking out 2 days in a row, Diego and I moved on a little further, tried out some new country, found quite a few animals on a few side hills, spent most of the day glassing one particular area, found quite a few migrating elk, an astonishing amount of white-tailed deer, and decided that we probably just needed to get higher. So we gathered up some water, made the brutal hike uphill, and gained about 1,200 feet of elevation before finding a good glassing spot and trying to make camp there. There's a bear right there. And we're gonna go get him. After locating our bear, we double-checked the wind and made a hasty stalk towards his location, sneaking into about 133 yards. When he gets open and he's standing still, put it directly on the dark spot on his back and pull the trigger. No. You got him. Since I'm a hunting guide first and a cameraman second, I dropped the camera after the shot but luckily the bear didn't go too far, and we were able to find him pretty quickly. After a little bit of celebration, the real work began, and we started breaking down this bear, caping him out, getting all the meat deboned, put into meat bags, finally tying him on my pack, and starting the brutal 10.3 mile pack out. Finally, after 53 miles over a 5-day period, we made the final 10-mile trek with a bear back to camp. Cooked a nice pork chop dinner, sat by the fire, enjoyed ourselves, and waited for the plane to arrive the next morning. Waiting for the plane and our departure, I reminisced on the details of Diego's hunt and how fortunate we are for a perfect stalk, a perfect shot, and an ethical kill, and how magical it is that I get to share the thing that I'm so passionate about, especially with new hunters, and that for someone like Diego, his first ever wilderness hunt would be successful, and he would take home a beautiful bear and a memory that would last him a lifetime. If you would like to know more about hunting or survival, or would just like to enjoy a trip out in the wilderness, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Jordan Jonas at jordanjonasadventures.com, or me at 3coutfitting.com. You can reach us on YouTube, Facebook, all the social media things. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being a supporter of the lifestyle, and I really hope to see you out there.